Brothers and sisters, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about DOOD format. With the brand new format shaking things up, the meta has never been this exciting. Some decks are breaking the game wide open, others are hanging for dear life, for example Vanquish, and a few are here just for the memes. In this tier list, we are ranking the strongest deck you should keep an eye on, the ones you might still have fun with, and the ones that are probably better left in the binder. If you enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you will never miss a tier list or meta update. Let's jump right in. Okay, so today we have best decks, solid picks, alright picks, decks that you need absolutely to avoid, and lock that shit in the binder. So let's start with Memento. Memento is a very powerful deck because it has an engine that can contrast several end boards, can play a lot of board breakers, I mean not a lot, a good amount of board breakers. It mixes very well also with K9, but I would say that the deck seems like, in my opinion, something like an alright pick. It doesn't give me the vibe of a deck that can actually overperform. It has some very solid points in my opinion, but I also think that like in a meta like this with Yummy, with Dracontail, it has some issues, especially when there are spell negates. Feels weird. Could be also a solid pick. I could see it. I could actually see it. I could see it as a solid pick. I don't think like it seems alright, but also like top alright, bottom solid pick. Branded also seems a solid pick right now. Again, in a meta in which board breaker are prevalent or board breaker are actually better than entrap, the deck count doesn't really matter at that point. It's all about consistency and the amount of breakers that you can play, especially if there are breakers that do the same job. I think actually Branded is good. Snake Eye, lock it in the binder, Fire King, lock it in the binder. I don't need to explain those, right? Like, if you need me to explain those, then you probably just started your journey into this game. So get the out of it. Pinned link, Ubel. There is no moon. There is no moon. Avoid. Most likely I would say that. Okay, so Finsmith, Goblin Bikers. Finsmith, Goblin Bikers. It still has access actually to Finsmith because it can play like the Dijin XYZs. Because Goblin Bikers are level 3, you can spam level 3, make the Dejin and then turn it into Requiem. So it still has a bridge. Is it a good deck though? Goblin Bikers is a deck that shines during XYZ form, or the engine shines specifically. In my opinion right now, doesn't really work. So I would probably avoid that. Ignister Malice, we got Dormouse to 1, we got Splash Mage banned, and people are saying that the deck is basically dead. I think the deck got definitely weaker, but dead? I don't think it's dead. I actually don't think it's dead. I actually think could be in between solid pick and alright, actually. I think it's alright. I actually think it's alright. Could be actually a solid pick. So don't quote me on this, but I think the deck might still be decent. Rise Finsmith, I would avoid it. I would avoid it or lock it in the binder. Probably lock it in the binder, like it's gone. Man. For Rise Heraldic Beast, I think the approach will change. Because there is another way to play this deck. There are cards that were not played before, and there are things that you can do with this deck, but it requires obviously some bricks. It's not like some bricks. It's like charged up of heraldry, is one of the cards that you would play. You would put probably Griffon at 3. The strategy is actually not horrible as people would think. In my opinion, the deck is very playable. Only the fact is that now you have to focus more on the heraldic part of the deck. I think the deck is genuinely decent. I think it's alright. Even though the deck is way better when you open X, you have many ways to get X like in your opening hand with not only the Tachyon cards, but if you have to play Small World, we will play Small World. But you can also focus more on the heraldic part of the deck, because I did test this deck in all the sources. And obviously the best part, like the best variant, was the one with more Riser card. But there is a very good one with 3 Griffon, double whale, 4 spells, 4 heraldic spells in the deck. Like, you just focus more on the heraldic part, and I actually think the engine is powerful. Mitsurugi is definitely one of the best deck. I think the engine pushes through a lot, shits on Yami, plays very well into Dragon Tail. For Live Twin Finsmith, I think it's actually a solid pick. Loses to Fuwa could be alright because of that. It's the only issue that I have with this deck, is that loses to Fuwa. Like, it's actually stupid because this deck is genuinely good, but loses to Fuwa. Like, it's so stupid. Jurak, I would avoid it. I would genuinely avoid it. But Fabled Finsmith, lock it in the binder. Gemnite going second is a very scary deck. It's definitely a better Tempai. It's more like how people will adapt to the strategy of Gemnite, and how and if people are gonna send you first, if you're gonna have a solid game plan going first, I think the deck is actually alright. Alright, it's actually a solid pick, Gemnite, right now. And not too opposed to it. The engine is very powerful, pushes a lot. You can also side cards like Shadow Fusion, or you can main deck those if you're going second. So I actually like the deck. Seems a solid pick, but don't quote me on that, because I am not 100% sure. Could be alright. My guts tell me that it's gonna be a solid pick. Necrots. Lock it in the binder for now. Orcust Finsmith is just unplayable, I guess. Avoid. Dragon Maid Fury doesn't work, I think. We could talk about maybe a Draco Tail with Dragon Maid, with a very small Dragon Maid engine. I would avoid if it's pure Dragon Maid. If you are playing a very small Dragon Maid engine in your Draco Tail, I would say that it's alright. For Punk, fortunately, I would avoid it just because it doesn't, there are a couple of variants of this deck. There is one that relies more on the psychic part of the deck, it's more like a psychic deck than actually Punk, with just a few Punk cards scattered here and there just to make the engine more cohesive together. And there are some very big flaws, in my opinion. Maybe now that the time rules have been changed, a deck like this can perform better, because in my opinion the Punk strategy was always some playable science release because of the time rules. Now it's definitely better. It still does not convince me. I would still avoid it. It's funny. It's funny to play at locals. That's how I see it. It's a funny deck to play at locals. It's something funny that you can experiment with. But it really does not give me the vibe, the right vibe. For Lunalight, I think it's one of the best deck, actually. I think the engine is quite strong. But it also will depend on how people will adapt to the new meta. Because decks like Lunalight, Mitsu to an extent, Gemnite, they lose to draw, right? Mitsu to an extent, obviously, but they lose to draw. So, but if Yam is in the format, will draw be played? That's my question, because there might actually be the huge difference in between like having Lunalight as a top tier deck or having Lunalight as a solid pick. Archmage, I actually don't hate the deck. The going first is good. The playability of the archetype, I would probably avoid it. Like the going first board is very good. Like you can set up like 8-9 interruptions, and it's not horrible per se. It's more like the playability of the archetype going second that makes me think that it does not have a competitive strategy per se. Could be bottom or right. I don't hate it actually. I actually don't hate it. I would probably put it in or right. I actually don't hate the deck, to be honest. Nah, I think I would avoid it. It's something funny that I would play at locals. It's not something that I would play at tournament. But I don't hate it, to be honest. It's okay. Archmage K9 is like it's the same sauce but with K9, and I still would probably avoid it. But it's like it's bottom maybe or right. Sky Striker, it's in my opinion a solid pick right now, especially like with Mitsu in the format. I don't hate it. Like it can also counter Lunalight to an extent if you're playing like the right cards, like the EMP. Dracotail is okay. I personally don't like the deck. I think this deck is whatever. Like it's not that good as people think. I still have to put it in the best decks, just because I'm not biased. Personal opinion, it's not that great. If you mix it with the branded, we might actually talk about it. It's something that I was testing. Like this one, branded Dracotail, it's something that I am actually testing. Because branded is good, Dracotail is good, so what about we mix those together? You feel me? I'm not having success right now. I'm still working on it. I'm gonna put it in alright because I still believe in it. Dracotail K9, I would probably avoid this. I mean, Dracotail K9, like if we are just playing Izuna Lupus, that's literally Dracotail, to be honest. If we are making, like, the thing is that Izuna Lupus, like, it's just an entrap for me. Like, it's not K9 engine. If we're talking about heavy K9 engine, I would avoid it. Now, people are gonna see this picture because everyone is gonna go at the end of this video. They're gonna see Dracotail top, Dracotail K9 to avoid, and they're gonna be like, but what about playing Izuna Lupus? And obviously they probably did not watch the segment, like this segment of my explanation in which I would avoid an heavy K9 engine in Dracotail, and I will probably insult him, his entire family tree, and I will get blasted for it and cancelled from the internet. But that has to happen, you know? Dracotail Magistus, we call it Spoon, I think. In OCG it's called the Spoon. Okay, so I don't hate Magistus. I like Magistus as an engine. I think it's actually a powerful one. I don't know if I would mix it with Dracotail. I don't know if with the Dracotail, you know, makes sense. There is still a lot of normal summons. Magistus kinda relies... okay, so Magistus kinda relies on getting normal summon Zoroa. And that's why I would probably not suggest this variant of the deck. This variant of the deck I would probably avoid, to be honest. This variant of the deck I would definitely avoid. Yummy, someone would say that it's the best deck. I mean, the thing is, Yummy is the best deck, but it's actually not the best deck. Like right now, Yummy seemed more like a solid pick than the actual best deck. Like, there is Mitsurugi, there is Lunalight, there is Dracotail. Yami has no space here. So, bottom solid picks for Yami. It does not seem good in this setup. K9, I would definitely avoid it. I saw also other people tier list. They are too, like, they are locking it in the binder. They are saying it's trash. No, K9, by definition, it's like K9 is a very powerful engine. Okay, like we need to make a distinction in between when a deck is powerful, but it's not the right meta for it to shine, and when a deck is actually dog shit, okay? K9 has Noroi. Noroi is one card Reaper plus Saruya, and you look before making Saruya at your opponent end. At the opponent end. Now, I do agree that pure K9 is not the way to go. But saying that the cards are dog shit, I heavily disagree. I think it's not the right meta for K9 to shine. That's okay. That happens. That's alright. But saying that this like archetype is not good or stuff like that, I heavily disagree. It's not the right time for this deck to shine. And also I also think that it's not like a deck per se. I think it's more like a complementary engine, something that has to be mixed with something else. But yeah. Cyber K9, I saw it in the OCG. To be honest, it actually seemed alright. Again, like very bottom alright. Crystron K9, same thing to be honest, but it's probably, it's not, I would not say it's a solid pick. It's still alright. Maybe this one I would avoid actually. Cyber K9 I would probably avoid, but Crystron K9 it's actually alright. I don't hate it. It's alright, but it's not a solid pick. The thing is, I guess it's probably the issue is now cannot OTK going second. Like the Crystron cards are very bad. Vanquish Soul K9. Okay, so with Raisin to 1, everything like crumbled to be honest. Like that wasn't it. That was an end of it. Like Stake Your Soul, like not that much, but Raisin to 1 is what makes me think that this deck is not viable anymore. Noroi is coming out. Like you can play like 3Ks, probably still 1 Noroi or 3 Noroi, 3Ks. And like you could go into Reaper, Saruya and draw your starter. But that's really not the issue. The issue is not like the playability of the deck. Going first because you can always make it playable somehow. Okay, so my main concern with Vanquish is the fact that the Vanquish cards are not the protagonist of the deck anymore. It makes me think that now going second, in my opinion, it's unplayable, which probably is because going first you have the K9 cards. You can fix the consistency with the K9 cards with Noroi, but you cannot fix the math that you lost on Olisue. The fact that if you draw Raisin, you cannot special summon any more Raisin from the deck. The fact that if you have a Raisin stock in the graveyard, your deck suddenly is much worse. It's alright. In my opinion, the deck is better. Probably after, like, yeah, it's probably after those, but it's still alright because you can really play like an insane amount of K9. But it's definitely not a solid pick, and it's definitely not the best deck. DDD, in my opinion, it's alright too. People are saying that this deck has a lot of bricks. I disagree. I think this deck like has a lot of 1.5 2-card combos. That does not mean that the deck has a lot of bricks. Because otherwise, like, we would also talk about Vanquish Soul saying that the deck has a lot of bricks. It just has different. It's a different deck. It's like there are many decks that are 2-card combos 1.5, and there are decks that are 1-card combos. Like for example, we have Mitsurugi is for the most part a 1-card combo deck Then we have the 1.5 with the ritual spell or the 2-card combo with the ritual spell. We also have like Yami that's a 1-card combo deck, right? And then we got like other decks as again like Vanquish and DDD that are 2-card combos decks, 1.5, you know. I think it's just a different deck. Bricks, I would not say that like it has a lot. It has obviously some necessary requirements that are not optimal to open with, but I would differentiate in between hard bricks, because like I would distinguish in between like decks that do have hard bricks, like for example Blue Eyes had like fucking Blue Eyes in your hand, right? And people were still coping on it. Okay, but I can open it with a drill beam, like, you know. People were hard coping on hard bricks. DDD does not really have those hard bricks, because you can always like scale those in the pendulum scale, and like, you know, like it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I think people are being too harsh on the DDD archetype. I think it's not a solid pick. The deck is very difficult, but also with the new time rule, you don't really have like, you don't really want to play a deck that the room does not know, because you will end up in time more often than not. But I think it's solid, actually. Like, it's solid in the sense that the cards are good, very high quality cards. Like, we have the new Link 3 that can negate stuff in hand. Like, we got the new Fusion, the King Clovis. Like, you can play the continue spell, the DDD continue spell. I genuinely think it's obviously not insane, but it's actually not as bad as people are saying. I actually don't think that 90% of the people actually approach the DDD deck. I did read the card, I did build the deck, I did test it, and I know it's not that bad. It's obviously not insane, but it's not that bad. Like, the quality of the new cards is genuinely very, very, very high. For Rose Dragon, I have also shout out to do, like, which is Julius, the German guy. We got I think it's Bramble, and like the new Synchro Black Rose Dragon. Not that bad. I mean, it's not that bad. It's actually good. I think we also got the new Garden. I did see some gameplay of this deck. I did not personally test the archetype, so I cannot really say a lot about this. So I'll probably just say that it's alright. I actually did not personally put some testing into it, but I did see a lot of gameplay of this deck, so it actually seemed alright, actually good enough. Hero, Psychic, Magnifictor, Goki, Megalith. I saw the new release of the cards. They are interesting. That's Megalith. True Draco, Solfacord, Doomsy, Dogmatic. I lock everything in the binder. Tri-Brigade, Monarch, Zodiac. We might see maybe something interesting with Ryzel, but I still probably don't think it's playable. Probably Avoid more than anything else. Labyrinth Avoid, Temple Kings, I'm sorry, Lampy, Mermaid Atlantean might actually be. Is it solid or alright, Mermaid Atlantean? If the format is Board Breaker, I put it in solid. Blue Eyes. This deck, okay, here's the thing. Blue Eyes Prima, I got so much shit for saying that this deck was dog shit back in the days, like on some channel and shit. It was dog shit. I think it won actually a national. It did win a national. I mean, it happened, you know. I always thought it was dog shit, and I still think I was right. Like, if you know me, you probably know that I'm not a biased person, because I literally put Dragon Tail in the best deck. But I don't know. Just avoid, okay? Let's avoid it. Zamina White Forest, Void. Onomatopoeial, I probably would avoid it. Like anything Razel related, I put up 99 of the things are Ryzen related. I would probably avoid. Regenesis. Regenesis is alright, actually. It doesn't seem that bad right now. And the Revel bots is just simply unplayable. Oh, by the way, there is something that actually needs to be added here. Is that when I was talking about Dragontail Magistus, I thought it was way more Magistus cards, but then I realized that the version that's actually the most popular right now is with Crowley, with just one Crowley and just one card in the X. I think it's just the Link one, and that one, in my opinion, is a solid pick because you don't have to clog your deck with a lot of normal summons, and you're playing actually good pushes. So I guess that was a mistake on my part. My bad, but I had to correct myself because I know how picky you guys are. I think this is actually a solid pick. Could also actually be maybe even the best version of Dragontail. So I actually don't hate it. Might actually be the best variant of Dragontail. If you have only to play one card, which is only the Crowley, which interacts very well. So I guess I just like misunderstood what like Dragontail Magistus meant. It's literally only one Crowley without even Spoon. I saw Spoon here and I was like, if you have to play Spoon, then you have to play the rest of the engine, which is like 3 Spoon, the Crowley, the Zoroa, I guess the XYZ, the Link one, and then also the Fusion. So like it didn't feel right. But if it's only one Crowley, I actually dig it. I actually love it. So I will just assume the best variant, which is with one Crowley, and I would actually highly suggest you to play that variant. And obviously shout out to Diego for the amazing tier list. But that's it. And if you guys want more insight regarding the new meta decks, the strategy, the gameplay, the specific setups that you need to achieve during your games going first and how to break boards going second, you can check out the Inner Circle on Pack Metafy. I'll see you there because I'm also one of the main coaches. That said, I wish you guys a wonderful day and I'll see you next time.